In this video on ChessBase 14, I want to take you through what I think is probably one of the most exciting new features of ChessBase 14, and it's called the tactical analysis. Literally the most comprehensive full game analysis available on any software program today. So it looks at things like opening theory, strong moves, combinations, sacrifices, double attacks. It looks at mistakes, blunders, critical turning points, weak moves that weren't played in the game. So why, for instance, you can't take something, which is often, leads to tactical refutations. There's threats and attack motives, defensive ideas, initiative, attack, maneuvers and piece placement, compensation, even endgame classification and illogical game results. So there really is a great deal of stuff to do in this. The games are actually annotated with not just variations and natural language tests, but you get obviously text, but you get this chess annotational symbols and you get diagrams as well. So I'm going to pick a game pretty much at random from the Mega database. Now the first thing I've done is just set an engine as a default engine. It's very simple to do. Just go, you can actually use the settings at the top here, or just go to File and Options, go to Engines tab, and here's the default engine. So at the moment I'm using Stockfish, which is a free engine, an open source engine to download. Of course, you can use any one of the many ChessBase engines which come with all the ChessBase playing programs. You also get a version of Fritz 13 with ChessBase as well, so feel free to use that. Here we go. I've picked a game at random from the Mega database. So let's open that up. There's a couple of ways you can actually get into this to do the tactical analysis. The first way is just right click on the game and go to tactical analysis. But I want to show you it as it's happening with the board open. So I've just double clicked on that now. Go to your analysis tab under the analysis jobs. Under tactical analysis, you can see we've got tactical analysis, detect blunders and small tactics in the game. So click on that once, brings up the little tactical analysis window. You've got the time. That's the time it's going to spend thinking about each move. Now, ChessBase recommend, as you can see here, they recommend 8 seconds. They do say, obviously very fast modern computers, you can get away with very short time. So in ChessBase, you can set it to 1 or even to 0. 0 seconds in ChessBase will actually be half a second or 500 milliseconds per move, which is, for modern chess engines, is still a long time. Now, obviously, to be on the safe side, they recommend a bit longer than that. They're saying maybe 5 to 8 seconds here. For a single game, you can, of course, go much higher, but in general, the fast searches will already give you some very interesting results. So it really depends, A, how much time you want to spend doing it, and B, how detailed you want the analysis to be. Don't forget, there is a law of diminishing returns. So once you go over a certain number of minutes, because of the way chess analysis works, the longer you give it, the more detailed it will be. But after, let's say, I'm going to pluck a number out of the air, after, say, giving it 10 minutes per move, there's really not going to be much difference going from 10 minutes to 20 minutes than there is from, say, going from 1 second to 2 seconds, if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, have Google around that topic. There's a lot of interesting information. But anyway, get straight down to it. So tactical analysis. I'm going to give it 2 seconds per move just for now, just so that it gets through this video quite quickly. I've already talked enough about it. You can choose the sort of detail of the analysis. So I'm going to go for fine now. Store evaluations if you want to. Check the box if you want to. Erase old annotations. Don't need to do that here because there's no annotations in the game, but if you do have old annotations and you want to do this as a new thing, you can actually erase the old annotations. So the only annotations that will be in it will be the tactical analysis annotations. Training means that it'll give you training questions to do as well. So I'm going to check all of those. Obviously, if you don't want training questions or there are no annotations, you don't need to check those. And then we're going to hit OK. It's going to take a little while, the process. But you can see Stockfish is analysing. If I drag the window and move that down there, Stockfish analysing away. And it starts from the end of the game, which is usual for analysis. If you've seen any of the previous ChessBase or Fritz playing programs, their analysis always starts from the end of the game and moves to the front, to the beginning of the game. It's going very quickly. You can already see some text annotations appearing there. It's going to add more things as it's going along. Say 2 seconds per move. You can give it less time if you like. But obviously, we're just seeing that working through those moves now. You can, of course, see the chess engine window going as it's going along. Here it's entering variations already. And we've got the numerical evaluations as well, because we did ask it to store evaluations. So I picked this game at random. 2 sort of good club player strength players playing in the Netherlands in 2015. So I picked these players just because there should be some reasonable tactical things there. You can see that it's really putting in quite a few different variations, things where big changes. So you can see here it's annotated knight takes b5 as a blunder. The valuation has jumped quite a bit there, although it looks like black was already winning before that. And there we go. So, oh no, it's still going, still working. So it's still doing annotations. I say the longer you give it, so if you give it 8 seconds, obviously it's going to do 8 seconds per move. It's going to take quite a bit longer to do a game. This is a relatively short game as well. A game with only 27 moves. If you're looking at some, a great big sort of 60 to 80 to 100 move endgame battle, then it's going to take longer because the time is per move, or per half move really, per ply. We're getting much closer now to the beginning, so we're down to what, move 11. You can see already the sort of quite a large number of variations have gone in there. That's the reason why I gave it sort of more than just 1 second. I wanted it to go quite a lot of detail. It's going through a few other things, and there we go. So it's actually finished all the analysis now. I'm going to close down some of these panes. I'm going to close down the engine pane, close down the live book, just so we can see. And this is the thing I'm really loving about this. Look at this annotation. So we have the it's done the reason why it didn't have to do too much on the beginning, because it's used the live book to show that this is all theory. So up to move 10, F5, all in theory. You can see lots over 4,500 games in the live book at that point. When it starts sort of getting theoretically interesting, when things, sort of coming out, it's come out of the theory, things start getting interesting in the tactics. We start seeing some annotations, text first of all, then you start seeing some numerical ones and actual note variations as well, with the informator style symbols. Obviously that one, as you know, it means black is winning. I'm sure if you don't know what those symbols mean, do have a quick Google for informator style symbols. It'll tell you what those mean. The equal sign means the position's about equal. But this is the thing I really like. Look at this. It's actually giving variations. So it's not just a question of giving you text variations or notation variations. It's giving you diagrams as well. And I really love this feature. I think it's almost like you're reading this in a book or reading this in a magazine. It's highlighting what it picks up as very important positions and then putting them into a diagram, which I think is going to make just that sort of viewing of your analysis just that little bit easier and a little bit easier to absorb, which is the important thing. So this is the tactical analysis, very brief introduction to this new feature, which I think has a great deal of potential. Really one of the most comprehensive tools for analysis available in chess today.